House joining us now. Congressman Guy Reschenthaler from House Appropriations. Okay, your reaction to this story, because, Congressman, it's good to see you. People are happy that Griner is home, but where is the White House leverage? There's an uproar. Two Americans, former Marine Paul Whelan and teacher Mark Fogel from your home state of Pennsylvania, they're still behind bars in Russia.
Well, Liz, thanks for having me on. Always good to be here. But look, I'm outraged about this. The fact that the Biden administration traded the merchant of death, a guy that was selling arms all over the globe, giving arms to terrorists that were being used to kill American citizens, they gave that guy up for just one American. I applaud Griner coming home. I'm happy that that's the case. But we should have had Whelan in this deal, and we should have had Mark Fogel in this deal. And the fact that Biden stands there and doesn't even mention Mark Fogel's name, the history teacher from Pittsburgh, it shows you this administration does not prioritize history teachers from what they perceive as flyover country. They don't prioritize military veterans like Whelan, but they do prioritize celebrity basketball players that fall somewhere on the intersectionality hierarchy. That's what this shows us.
Okay, you know, people are happy that Griner is home, but the question is about the leverage. Let's listen to Paul Whelan on what happened. Watch this.
I'm happy that Brittney is going home today and that Trevor went home when he did. But I don't understand why I'm still sitting here. My bags are packed. I'm ready to go home. I just need an airplane to come and get me.
Okay, let's show this. Congressman, here's what the Obama White House and Obama's deputy NSA, former CIA chief John Brennan said. John Brennan even said, show it, nations around the world on multiple continents, Asia, Africa, South America, wanted Victor Bout to stay in prison. Arms trafficking with terrorists like al-Qaeda. He was found guilty for conspiring to sell weapons that would have been used to kill U.S. citizens like the DEA and government workers. So this is a bad guy.
Yeah, we can't overemphasize how nefarious of an actor the Merchant of Death was. He didn't get that nickname by accident. Victor Bout is a bad actor on the international stage, and our allies knew that. We knew it. And again, we gave him up for one celebrity basketball player.
But what is with the White House leverage? Yeah, what is the White House leverage?
Liz, we don't have any leverage left now. That's what's so horrible about this deal. When we had Victor in our custody, the Merchant of Death, we had all the cards. We could have traded him for three other prisoners in Russia. But now that we gave him up, to my knowledge, we don't have two merchants of death sitting in federal prison in the United States. We have zero leverage now.
It's excruciating what is going on with Mark Fogel and Paul Whelan. Watch the White House press secretary storm out of today's briefing. She faced an onslaught of tough questions about this. Watch this.
In this prisoner swap, why did Russia get such a better deal?
Our choices was Brittney or no one at all. Bringing home one American or no American at all.
And that's a professional athlete. We gave up a prolific arms dealer who was convicted of trying to kill Americans, who was called the Merchant of Death.
The professional athlete is also an American citizen. So let's not forget that.
Have there been any similar efforts regarding American Mark Fogel, who was also in Russia, also arrested on marijuana charges? How is his case different?
Every case is different.
This is tough, right? Again, it's about leverage. We got to move on to the next story, but your final word on this.
Yeah, it just shows the priority of this administration. If you're an intersectional celebrity basketball player, you get priority. If you're a Marine, if you're a teacher,
I'm sorry, I'm not sure about
the
use of the word intersectional. Nobody cares about that. It's the issue. I understand what you're saying, but it's the issue about U.S. leverage, right? And people are People are happy that Brittney Griner is home. It's a problem with Paul Whelan and Mark Fogel and this guy who's out now who could kill more Americans because he's a terrorist arms trafficker. So that's the issue.
Well, Liz, however you want to say it, Griner was prioritized over Whelan and over Mark Fogel. That's a problem. And again, we can debate the trade, giving the Merchant of Death up for one American. I would say that's a bad trade. And let me just talk about the negotiations. Okay. Putin's first offer was to give up Griner for him. And yes.
Okay, so I understand what you're saying. Again, we're going to stay on the story. It's about leverage, right? It's about how our U.S. power versus Russia. But let's stay on this. President Biden taking a victory lap today on gas going lower, 10 million jobs created. AP Norc poll, nearly 3/4 of Americans still say the U.S. is going in the wrong direction. The Biden approval rating is stuck underwater at 55%, 43% approve. So what's your reaction? What is the GOP position on inflation? I mean, the government is throwing trillions in government spending into a locked-up system from shutdowns. Republicans are there working with Democrats in Congress to do even more blowout spending.
Look, we got inflation for three reasons. First and foremost is the Democrats have injected trillions of dollars into the economy. That's caused inflation. We also have inflation because fuel costs are out of control. And sure, Biden can say that they came down from last week. They're certainly not down from where they were in the Trump administration. The Democrats love talking about January 6th. On January 6th, the average cost of gasoline was about $2.25 a gallon. So let that sink in. And then we also have inflation because we have overregulation, which from an economic point of view is another form of taxation.
Yeah, but Republicans are going along with this spending. I mean, President Biden did warn inflation is going to stick around for longer. That means the higher odds the Fed is going to keep raising interest rates towards 6%. That's going to push the economy into recession. That's a double whammy on consumers spending, inflation, and higher rates. So why are Republicans going along with all of this spending? Why?
Well, I would say not all Republicans are going along with the spending, Liz. We've got to remember that the Democrats right now control the House and they control the Senate. So we can vote no all we want and they can pass these blowout spending bills. It's a problem. That's why next year, when Kevin McCarthy has the gavel,
all right,
Republicans are
Republicans are approving a lot of this spending. They just approved a massive $850 billion defense bill. Look at this. We got to get to this. Senate Democrats now plan to launch competing probes to go up against the House GOP probes, right? So is the House really ready to do all these probes? Because Senate Democrats are now going to bear down with their own probes. Let's show it. What do you think, Congressman?
Yeah. Well, just getting back to it, look, we need to increase defense spending because China is increasing their defense spending, other nations, Russia, for example. If we want to be competitive, if we want to remain the world superpower, we have got to increase the defense spending above 5%, above inflation, okay? So we've got to focus on that. As far as the probes, we can walk and chew gum at the same time. We can have numerous probes going on in oversight and investigation. We can have probes going on, for example, in foreign affairs over the withdrawal in Afghanistan. And we can still block legislation. So we can do a lot of things. There's 222 Republicans. We all have broad shoulders. We're going to be able to get a lot done and block a lot of Democrats' policies.
Got it. Congressman, it's good to see you. Thanks for joining us tonight. Come back soon.